Good afternoon, student. Today we're going to learn about Chapter 10, Evaluation and Improvement of Digital Channel Performance. Here are our learning objectives. The first one is understand the terms and the tools used to measure and improve digital marketing effectiveness. The second one is develop an appropriate process to collect measure for digital marketing effectiveness. And the third one is identify the activities when managing an online presence. Here are some questions for the marketer. The first one, how do they measure and improve the effectiveness of digital marketing? And the second one is how much resource do they put into managing and improving the site? Before we go further, we need to know one terminology, what we call as web analytics or digital analytics. This is a technique used to access and improve the contribution of a digital marketing to a business, including reviewing the traffic volume, and then referrals, click streams, online research data, customer satisfaction survey, leads, and also sales. The company usually always needs some tools to check whether their website is efficient or effective enough. Therefore, they will use several measurements such as using traffic volume, numbers of visitors, and then bounce rate and so on. We're going to discuss in this chapter. And then the other things that we want to focus, we'll discuss about web analytics. This is a measurement, collection, analysis, and reporting of internet data for the purpose of understanding and optimizing web usage. The success in a measure approach for improving results from marketing internet, there are four main organization prerequisites. They are broken down as shown on figure 10.1. You can check here that metrics is about how to select the right diagnostic metrics to improve the performance, while tools, it is in order to analyze the software collected, aggregate, and visualize the metrics. Both these metrics and tool will be finally produce the quality of web analytics process. And then the other one is analysis and then action. Analysis are the measures review and interpret at the right time, while action are the measures act upon. Both will finally produce on the quality of management process. All these four prerequisites will be influenced on the improved channel contributions. Perhaps you have ever heard about KPI, which is stand for Key Performance Indicator. Then performance management for digital channels are similar, but we're going to focus more on the website. Performance management system is a process used to evaluate and improve the efficiency and effectiveness of an organization and its processes. Performance measurement system is defined as the process by which metrics are defined, collected, and disseminated and actioned. Because we are focused more on the digital marketing, then we also need to understand the definition of digital marketing metrics. Is the measures that indicate the effectiveness of a digital marketing activities integrated across different channels and platforms in meeting customer, businesses, and marketing objectives. There are three stages of creating and implementing a performance management system. The first stage is creating a performance management system itself. So we try to create the system first. Performance management here is the process of quantifying the efficiency and the effectiveness of past action through acquisition, collations, sorting, analysis, interpretation, and dissemination of appropriate data. Quantify means that we need to do something that it will be measured through the numeric or numbers. Before we go on, we need to understand two definitions of effectiveness and efficiency. Effectiveness is meeting process objectives, delivering the required outputs and outcomes. Or we can say that this is doing the right things. Efficiency is minimizing resource or time needed to complete a process doing the things right. There are several barriers for effective and efficient management. The first one is senior management myopia, and the second one is unclear responsibilities. The third one, resourcing issues, and then the fourth one is data problem. Senior management myopia means there is no enough support from the senior management for those who apply management performance system. They see that the effort to doing some measurement to create some metrics for performance management is not important. The second one is on responsibilities. In order to apply performance management system, they need to make sure that there's someone responsible on that department. And it means that the company should have someone who really understands about the quality assurance. Resourcing issue means that the company doesn't have enough understanding about how to use technology. Therefore, they don't really understand how to make sure that the data will be used. And this is also covered about the data problem. Here you can see the top 5 challenges of performance management. The first one is actionability of the data, which is represented by 36%. Actionability of the data means that the data that owned by the company cannot be processed further and used for the performance management. Business decision driven by analytics is the second one, and then it represents 35.3%, which is their lack of those who understand about the analytics, and then the company not really use analytics to help them to create some business decision. The third one is social media. A lot of companies have social media, but they don't really maximizing and optimizing the ability of social media to perform a good information for them. And then the fourth one is executive management awareness and support for web analytics, which is that we have mentioned on the previous slide that the management is not quite support on creating or making or holding the web analytics. And the last one is failure to take action on the data. They don't really understand how to process the data. They don't really understand what is the use of the numbers of visitors for to go to visit the website. And then this is several challenges that need to be overcome by the performance management. Here, a summary of the performance measurement process. We'll divide it into 4 processes. The first one is a goal setting. The second one is performance measurement. The third one is performance diagnosis. And the last one is corrective action. For the goal setting means that the company should set some goals, why they need to do some performance management. And after that, continue with performance measurement itself. After they know what they want to achieve, then they have to create something to be able to help them to measure. Who will responsible, when you will held it, or when you will done it, and how you are going to do it. And then the third one is performance diagnosis, is talking about why it's happening. So you want to create some review, and then who responsible it to it, and then when you will done it. And the last one, after you've done all these 3 steps, you will continue with corrective action, which is after you know the result, what is the problem, and then you understand that there's some solution that you have to do in order to cover that kind of problem. On the first stage, we have talked about how to create the system for the performance management. On the stage 2, we're going to continue with defining the performance metrics framework. But before we go further, then there are several things that we need to do. The first one are the corporate objectives defined in the digital marketing strategy being met. So when you would like to create some performance management system, we have to make sure it has some inline way or inline plan with the corporate objectives, and is also in line with the marketing strategy itself. And the second one are the marketing objective plan achieved through our performance management system. So we understand what is our marketing objectives, whether this is in order to increase awareness or in order to expand our market share, or you would like to add the level of the satisfaction of customer, then you have to understand first what is your marketing objectives, and after that we have to also understand what is the marketing communication objectives. This is talking about, if you're talking about campaign, then you're talking about the communication objectives. Perhaps you're going to use social media, perhaps you're going to use also your own website to communicate about your product, or maybe you use some paid search also. As been mentioned on the stage 2 that we're going to use metrics in order to do some measurement. The first measurement or matrix we called as the channel promotion. According to its definition, it's measured that access why customer visit a website, which advertising they have seen, which site they have been referred from. We have discussed on the previous chapter about refer site. It is the site that a visitor previously visited before following a link to our destination website or our company's website. On figure 10.3, you can see the 5 diagnostic categories for digital marketing measurement. The first one is business contribution. We're talking about whether your online effort will give you some revenue contribution, whether it's a direct or indirect contribution. Direct contribution such as when the company, customer buy something directly from your website, or indirect means that they buy it through the e-marketplace, or they buy it from someone who become the reseller of your company. And then the category penetration, cost, and profitability. The second one is marketing outcomes, whether your effort to do some marketing effort through your website will create leads or a potential customer, will create sales, or adding your service contacts, or finally your customer do some conversion through your website, or retention efficiency. And the third one is a customer satisfaction, talking about in order to increase the level of customer satisfaction. It can be through their opinion, attitude, and then whether your brand of your website or your product will be giving impact to your customer. They will share some viral message, they will share some videos that you created and share it to their friends and follower. And then the fourth one is customer behavior through a web analytics. It's by understanding who is your customer profiles, understanding where they came from, and then understanding their gender or demographic part. And then the fifth one is site promotion, talking about the promotion from the site, whether the attraction is quite efficiency for the customer to visit your website, including the efficiency of the referral that you use as a third party, and then the cost of the acquisition and the reach. For the company itself, they try to always targeting 1 to 5 or several from these 5 diagnostic framework, and then they always create some in detail strategy in order to reach or use this diagnostic for their better business plan. The key measurement for the referral side, it can be done like when the referral source, such as the paid search or display ads, they get a customer, they can get money from the percentage of all referrals or sales by influencing our customer to buy product through the website, or cost per acquisition after customer see the advertisement and after that they visit our website, then it's cost per acquisition. Then cost per sale, after our customers see the advertisement, then they visit our website and they buy something from our website, then it's cost per sale. They will receive money from after the transaction of the customer. It is also can be from the contribution to sales or other outcome. Channel buying behavior describe which content is visited and the time and also the duration. The several key ratios, as you can see on the slide. The first one is a bounce rate, is try to rate the numbers of customers. See the website is not effective because after they visit the website, they will leave after a few seconds. It means that the website not represent what the expectation. And then the second one is a home page. This can be seen from how many view divided by all page view. And then stickiness can be seen from the page view, numbers of page view divided by the visitor session. Stickiness here is an indication of how long a visitor stay on site, while repeats here can be seen from the visitor sessions divided by the numbers of visitors. Channel satisfaction is an evaluation of the customer's opinion of the service quality on the site and supporting service such as email. Satisfaction of the customer can be seen from the chapter 7, which is on the chapter 7 talking about the customer experience. We'll be able to get some measurement through the ease of use of the website, site availability, and the performance of the website. To compare customer satisfaction with other sites, benchmarking service can be used. How are you going to measure the channel outcome? We can see the definition first. Channel outcome is a record of a customer action taken as a consequences of a visit to a site. Conversion rate here is a percentage of site visitor who perform a particular action such as making a purchase. Several outcomes such as the customer do some registration to the site or doing subscribes or they subscribe to the email newsletter, request for further information, responding to a promotion, and doing some offline phone or visit the store offline or doing a sale on site. Channel profitability is the profitability of the website taking into account revenue and cost and discounted cash flow. It has been mentioned on the previous slide about attrition rate. According to its definition, then is a percentage of site visitors lost at each stage in making a purchase. Here you can see on figure 10.4 about potential reason for causing attrition on the e-commerce site. You can see that on the X line, it will be divided onto several depth of relationship like acquisition, first impression, product selection, payment and fulfillment. And on the Y line is about the percentage of site visit. There are several factors during the acquisitions that the customer do some attrition because they feel like they are wrong audience for that website, or the website is quite slow, and then unclear marketing message. On the payment and fulfillment, there's a problem where they're not receive any email notification or the delivery is failed. On stage 1, we're going to use tools or technique for collecting metrics and summarizing the result. We can try to do some collection of site visitor activity data by data capture on the web analytics system that record the number of visitors on the site and the path or through clickstream. You can see on table 10.1. On table 10.1, here are terminology for key website volume measures. If you would like to measure how many audience reach, then you can use unique users or unique visitors, and this is the definition. And then how often the frequency matrix is from the numbers of visit, how busy the follow matrix is came from the page impressions, and what to see, you can see the ad impressions, and then what to do, you can see from the ad clicks. Here all the definition that you can read yourself later. And next one is about page per visit, or it is also called as PPV. This is an average number of pages viewed by visitor to a site, will also determine the sticky site or the stickiness of the customer toward the website. And visit per unique visitor, or VPV, this is the frequency of the site visit according to the IP address of the customer. And the other web analytics package will be includes understanding about the top page, entry and the exit pages, path or the clickstream analysis showing the sequence of page view, country of visitor origin, browser and the operating system use, and also the referrer URL. You can also check on the site search effectiveness. The key metrics are number of searchers, average numbers of searchers per visitor or per searchers, and then percentage of searches resulting 0 result, percentage of site exit from the research result. From figure 10.7, we can see several roles and then how they're responsible for several metrics, and then how its specific data try to represent. The first is business executive. They can try to use business metrics as the metrics, and then the specific data they can try to check on the revenue, the brand reputation, or CSAT. And then for business stakeholder, they can try to do some analysis on the social media. It can be from the shares of voice of the brand, resonation, word of mouth, support response, and insight intake. And for the community managers and agency, they can try to check it from the engagement data, from the click, fans, followers, and then check-ins. Next, we're going to talk about A/B testing and clickstream data analysis. You can also check on the YouTube about these two methods. For the A/B testing, here is a testing refer for a two different version of page or a page element such as headings, image, or button for effectiveness. And A/B testing usually being used in order to company try to check whether the customer would prefer one website or the second website with different element, with different design, with different image. So this is usually done by the company who would like to launch a new website to the market, to the customer. They will try to use two versions of website and check it to the environment, these two websites, and we'll see the reaction of the visitor after they visit the website. After they see it, they get the result, and they will choose one website will be launched according to the level of satisfaction of the visitors. Clickstream analysis data is talking about the sequence of pages being visited by the customer. So the company can be able to track that behavior when the customer visit the website from the sequence of pages they saw on the website. On the figure 10.11, here you can see different types of data within a performance management system for internet marketing being done by a strategic. This is those who usually sit on the top of management. Tactical is usually done by the manager, and then the operational is usually done for the staff or the operational management. You can check different kinds of metrics here, like for the operational web analytics, you can check the referrer, campaign data, the clickstream data, customer response, while on the tactical, you can try to check on the audience data, the characteristic, the demographic side, and lifetime value model. On the strategic part, you can try to check it from the performance management system overall. This is some technique for stage 3 that we're going to use technique or tool in order to do some collection of metrics or research method. You can do it through your own website or the browser and the A/B testing and then panel activity from the demographic data. You can also check it from the customer data, or you can spread some online questionnaire or do some online focus group, and also do some mystery shopper, like you hire someone as a customer and ask them to buy something from your website to see whether the website is do a good service. The next one we're going to discuss about content management process. Content management process is the process of planning, developing, managing, deploying, preserving, and evaluating all content within an enterprise. There are several tasks involved in the maintenance process as follows: writing, review, correct, publishing to the test environment, test and publishing to the live environment. So content management process, it is how the author who responsible to create some content in a website, they need to follow this process when they would like to launch some content in a website. The first one, they have to write some article or narration to be placed on the website. After that, they ask someone to review all the information that they have write as a content, and then the proofreader will check whether there is some typo, there is some problem on the updating of the information, the relevance of the information, and if there's some problem, then they will do some correct process. After everything get done, and then they will going to plan to publish it, but for the internal company first, and then after that they do the test on the website, and after everything went well, then they will publish it to the all customer. There's different content types for an online retailer. For a retailer, the content information on their website should be consist of the product information, the detail of the product, and then brand content. We're talking more about the brand, the history of the brand, or the brand content relating to the retailer brand if they have some private product there. And then they can also provide some promotional content and then support content, such as if there are any question from the customer, they can contact which number or which social media or which WhatsApp number. And then for the community content, is like a community brand, they can also contact their social media of the company, and then blog content usually supposed to be for a company who would like to get close with the customer by providing the blogs and article there, so the customer can give response after the article been written by the company. The different aspect of updating a website. The first one, who owns the process? It should be the company, of course, and it will depend on which part of the department. Can be someone who is really work on the marketing. If the purpose of the website is for selling the product, then it should be the sales department or the marketing department. And then the second one, who owns the content? It is called as the content developer. This is a person responsible for updating the website pages within a part of the organization. And then who owns the format? It should be someone who understands enough about the site, design, template. And then who owns the technology? Someone who quite understands. And then for more about it, you can see on the table 10.6. When you talk about content management process, you will talk about content management system. The capabilities for content management system are as you can see on the slide, and then for more information you can see on the next table. Here are some more definition of each of the content management process. Here is a structure authoring, the design and maintenance of the content structure. And link management is those who maintain the internal and external link. And then search engine visibility, those who pay attention and have some contact with the search engine. Input and syndication, those who help for the loading and then disseminating all the content in a variety of sources. Versioning, to make sure this is those who are responsible on make sure that the content can be seen on the mobile phone or in a different gadget, in an iPad, for example, or maybe on the website. They should have something that is easy to be read. And then security and access control, who does responsible for make sure that the website is secure, and then those who can access is someone who's really has some authority. For the publication workflow will involve tasks such as a format conversion and an editorial authorization and construction of composite documents in real time. Tracking and monitoring will be dealing with the web analytics, if you would like to know numbers of visitors, and then navigation and visualizations, talking about the appearance of the website, including the colors being used, texture, and then attractive representations of the website itself.